All right, so I got quite a few topics to talk about today, or about tonight, I mean. And this video will most likely be up at 12 a.m. because I usually like to upload by that time. But yeah, welcome to the video. We're going to be talking about the first thing we'll talk about is femboys. So, do femboys have to be submissive? No. From what I've seen, femboys can be just about anything. And they could have some sort of femininity to them. It doesn't have to necessarily be submissive. It can be pretty much anything to do with the female, whether it's a female avatar, using a female avatar, just being feminine in some way. And it doesn't have to necessarily be, oh, like, they got a cross dress or things like that. They don't have to be that, or whatever. They can just be what I'm doing technically, and that's literally playing a female character, like legit, like, yes. But I'm sure most people who do follow femboys probably assume that's what they have to be or have to do, but that is not necessarily the case. Anyway, that's all I want to say about that. Is just, yes, there's dominant femboys out there. I'm a dom type of person. I'm not a submissive person. I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm pretty dominant. Uh, even though I don't seem like it. Moving on. I also played Fatal Frame 4 today and yesterday. And I finally beat the game after years. Good lord. Well, after like a couple years. Should have been beat it, but I have so many things I'd be doing. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I can't make excuses. Yes, I'd just be procrastinating. But yeah, I beat it. It was okay. The game was okay. The final boss literally died in 2 hits. I was like, what the freak? I used the most overpowered freaking film and just took a picture of it twice, and she died. Rip, rest in peace. It was crazy. I would have to say, if I had to rank Fatal Frame 4, I would have to rank it, like, between all the Fatal Frame games. It'll probably be like second to last. Nope. Actually, it might even be last. I think. Like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think it is last place. Yeah. I think it was too easy of a game to me. I don't know, man. I mean, there were some parts that were really difficult, but for the most part, I just felt like the hardest part was literally just the map. Like, just following the map. Like, knowing where to go. That was about it. That was the hardest thing about the game. Fatal Frame... And if I had to rank what was fourth place, I would say Fatal Frame 5 is fourth place. It looks good, but it's just as easy as the number 4. It just looks better than number 4. That's about it. Like, it has a better app. Like, just looks way better. Just really well done. Just cool. Overall, pretty cool. Has some cool replay value to some extent. I mean, they all do, to be honest. But it just looks better. And then third place, third Fatal Frame. What's the third? Man, that's a tough one. I think I'm gonna have to say Fatal Frame 2. I'm gonna have to say Fatal Frame 2 is number 3 for me. It's top 3 for me. It's definitely I would say it's like it's pretty good. Like, it has like a 2-player, like, not really 2-player, but it's like you have like a twin sister with you at times during the game, and it kind of throws off the scare factor of Fatal Frame. But that's okay. I mean, she can't really fight with you anyway. She's just there. You kind of just protect her. But yeah, other than that, the gameplay is kind of not like super easy, but it's not that bad. Like, there are some difficult parts to the game. Especially that one little girl boss that's like really freaking scary whenever the lights are off. I will say that's a tough fight. I used to speedrun the game as well. Really fun game to speedrun. Very good. Lots of like chapters and things like that to like, learn. As well as the other Fatal Frame games. But yeah, I would say Fatal Frame 2 is definitely number 3. Number 2, ooh, this is a tough one. I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, I would have to say Fatal Frame 1. Maybe. Ooh, man, damn. Yeah, I'll say Fatal Frame 1. I think Fatal Frame 1 is really good. It's actually really hard. It's the hardest one, actually. It's the hardest Fatal Frame. But this isn't about difficulty. It's about, what I think about the game ultimately. I think Fatal Frame 1 was really good, and it's also really freaking scary too. It's actually the scariest because of how fast paced it is. It's an extremely fast paced game. It's actually the most fast paced Fatal Frame of all time. Like, if you ever, okay, play Fatal Frame 1 and then go play some other ones, you'll see a big difference. Like, Fatal Frame 1 is so fast. Like, the enemies are really quick. The way you do, like, camera shit is really fast. It's just way, way faster. And that's what makes it so good. Now, the only reason why it's not number one is because, it just looks a little bit more outdated. So if you're, like, looking for better graphics, then, yeah, you would probably say Fatal Frame, the next one, which I'm about to say. Fatal Frame 3, I've definitely got to say number one for that. I think Fatal Frame 3 is number one because, one, it just looks great. Two, it has a lot more characters to play as. You only play as like one character on Fatal Frame 1, which again adds not much depth, while Fatal Frame 3 has more depth to it. Fatal Frame 3 also jump scares me a lot more than Fatal Frame 1 did. Fatal Frame 3 has some crazy jump scares and some crazy moments where you just don't even like, you just like, yeah, you'll know what I mean when you actually play the game for yourself. You just get scared of, like, just the suspense is there, the scare factor, the random jump scares during like some sequences that you just don't even like know it's coming kind of feeling, and it's just like insane. So I will say Fatal Frame 3 definitely hit me with that a lot more than the other games, and that's why I have to give that a number one spot. But other than that, great games. Fatal Frame overall is really good, but yeah, 4 is definitely last place for me. Even if I beat it last, I mean, hey, it finished last. Anyway, yeah. As far as analytics are going on YouTube, I'm doing pretty well. I think we're going up pretty fast. Subscriber count's going up really fast. I don't know how. View count's going up pretty good. I don't really care too much about the view count as much. Like, I mean, it's nice to have it, but it goes up and down, man. Like, it don't matter. Some days people don't come. Wow, that sounded kind of wrong. Some days people don't like show up. Some people, because they really can't. Sometimes they just can't. Or some people just don't feel like watching at the time. I can't force nobody to watch me. People just watch if they want my company. As simple as that. Especially when it comes to live streams. Yeah, like, I can't do anything about that. If they don't want to watch that day, they don't want to watch. I can't like say, hey, come watch me. You're gonna watch me. I can't just like force or beg them to watch me. Like, I just gotta just keep doing me, keep doing what I want to do. My mission is to beat my backlog. My mission is to play some games, grind out some games. And to just yap, man, just talk on streams. Although I will say this stream I did like in January 31st, that stream was I didn't talk much. And hopefully you guys also enjoy those hypnosis sessions, even though they're not really like actual like inducing hypnosis. Is literally just like me putting binaurals in the background. Let me show you what I mean. I just go, you know what I'm saying? And I add a few finger snaps and things like that. And I add like a little spiral, things like that. And I also darken the background, make it even more like, immersive and whatnot. And that's literally the idea. And I also add some hypno eyes to bring in that. And then of course I can also color them into whatever I want, which is pretty cool. So just an idea of what to expect when you see those hypno streams. It's just a little fun thing to do. I just kind of just mess around with that. Some people like it. Most people most of my audience actually likes it, from what I've seen. So, yeah. I also have a hypnosis channel. If you want to see those, you can obviously go check that out. But it's I don't use my real voice. I use my TTS voice. Just a TTS little AI voice. So, yeah. If you want to see that, go check it out. I have a ton of videos over there. But yeah. I do that segment. I do the hypnosis segment like every stream now. From now on, it's pretty good. I like, they like it. So yeah, it's either that or I do like a yap, or I do both. I just yap and I do hypnosis. But yeah, it's been W's. I don't think I want to do basketball streams anymore. I don't want to put basketball on my YouTube channel on this channel. I already have a basketball channel, so I'm not gonna do any more basketball content on there. If my friends ask me to play basketball, yeah, they got to wait until I'm done streaming, man. Not doing that no more. But yeah, What else do I need to talk about? Oh yeah, I'm going to work tomorrow. Yeah, I gotta go to work early. That's why I had to stop streaming early, and I had to stream early as well. So yeah, there's that. Uh, yeah, pretty much. Oh yeah, and I also gotta I gotta do some Patreon stuff too. Patreon gallery. I gotta do my AI art gallery stuff. Uh, starting probably Mondays when I'll start doing it. Because I don't do hypnosis stuff on the weekends, so like basically it's a break time for that stuff. So I have because I work, man. I don't want to like overwork myself. So I consider work to be just as much as the hypnosis work. So yeah, there's that. But yo, guys, I'm just gonna let you guys know that again, femboys can be a lot of things. There's a lot of characteristics to a femboy. It doesn't necessarily have to be what you perceive it to be. So just keep that in mind that there's just different types of femboys. No femboy is the same. That's like I say. Yes. Keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Keep it a buck. There's your shakes. There's your shakes. You're only gonna get a little bit. I'm sorry, I can't do too many. I don't want to get in trouble. Anyway, guys. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. If you got to the end of the video, just say I'm a wisp. That's it. Just go ahead and say I'm a wisp because you're a wisp at this point. If you're freaking at the end of the video like this, you're crazy. Anyway, guys, yo, peace. Thanks for watching and bye bye.